internet!
And welcome to Kid Movie Ninja with your hosts Fightingleaf and Husky the Wolf.
Fart joke!
Right out of the gate, huh?
Yep.
Whatever. I'm not gonna take too long for introductions this time around. Today we'll be looking at Despicable Me.
So, when you guys gonna get out of here?
Hey, Sean. Out of toilet paper, by the way.
You need to leave.
I am the Kid Movie Ninja.
Okay, I'll tell you guys what. You can stay here as long as you want, but I gotta do a review with you. I mean, come on, it's been forever since our last one. The last one was Birdemic 2. I still don't like this.
Oh gee, let me think about that.
So, Leaf, do you want to do a crossover?
We'll do it.
Great, let's do this.
Okay, your part's over.
Review time!
Wow, minion abuse already. Oh yeah, those yellow things running around? Those are the minions.
They are corn.
I don't think that they're...
Shut up, corn!
So we start off this film in Egypt, and this guy thinks he's Moses. Then a bus runs over him.
Then a bunch of fat, ugly Americans pile out of the bus and defile this otherwise reasonably decent area with their nasty nastiness. Look at them, all fat and stupid and American. They make me sick with how American they all are. Especially that little American ankle biter. Gosh, stupid Americans.
Aren't you an American wolf?
Murka!
So these terrible parents let their terrible child run amok in front of the Pyramid of Giza, where he runs up this ancient-looking scaffolding and falls to his doom.
Or does he?
Turns out that this pyramid is... Okay, what exactly did they use to build the pyramids with again?
Who cares? Pyramid fart!
Are we gonna have a lot of fart jokes in this review?
Sure hope so. In fact...
Why'd I do that?
Because I wrote the script. We then cut to this terrifying thing who tells us that the Pyramid of Giza has been stolen somehow.
Then we meet our hero. I guess. This is Gru, voiced by Steve Carell. He's an a-hole. Though to be fair, who hasn't wanted to do this at Starbucks at some point?
We pull up to the house I've always wanted in the car of my dreams and right next to the neighbor I've always wanted to murder.
Thank you for telling us your standards.
I'm gonna make this place look like that.
Leaf? Stop him?
Why? It's not my house.
A trio of not Girl Scouts show up to his door trying to sell him not Girl Scout cookies. He tells them he's not home.
Oh!
They don't buy it.
That's when this old as dirt science person, Dr. Nefario, voiced by old as dirt actor Russell Brand, contacts Gru about the pyramid theft, which someone else did.
They're saying he makes all other villains look lame.
Russell Brand isn't that old, Husky. Ha! You missed! Stop doing that!
Once news of this gets to Gru, he gathers his corns to assemble.
They're not corn.
You've got a bad memory, man.
Concentrate, Husky. What I find interesting here is the fact that Gru seems to know every single one of these minions by name. That is dedication right there.
Clancy! Frank! Yeah, boss. Frank, where's Clancy? I'm Clancy. Then who's Frank? He is. What? No, I'm Clancy. Shut up, Jeff. Clancy, Jeff, shut up, both of you.
No, I'm Clancy.
I'm Jeff.
No, you're Frank.
Shut up!
So Gru starts talking about how this guy who stole the pyramid isn't so great because they stole the MSNBC Jumbotron. It's big. and the Statue of Liberty.
The small one from Las Vegas.
Pyramid wins.
But Gru says that he has a plan that'll blow all other plans out of the water. He tells them about this really neat shrink ray he found and how he's going to use it.
Wait! I haven't told you what it is yet.
He's going to steal the moon.
We are going to steal the moon!
But there's only one problem. They can't actually afford to go to the moon to steal it because they have no money.
So, what's the plan, boss?
I have run into a snag in my otherwise brilliant master plan.
Which is...
We are running low on funding. Jeff!
It's Clancy.
We'll have to start selling your plasma.
What? Yeah!
And now, Grand Theft Auto style parallel parking.
So Gru goes to the bank, then he goes to the other bank within the bank, bankception, to get a bank loan from Dilbert's boss. Actually, he looks more like he ate Dilbert's boss and is slowly sweating him back out.
Anyway, before he actually talks to Dilbert's boss, he meets this loser here who calls himself Vector, voiced by Jason Segel. He really needs to stop moving his pelvis like that.
Gru eventually gets to leave that loser behind and explains his plans to Dilbert's boss, Sweatman,
Ugh, don't call him that!
voiced by Will Arnett.
I'm Batman.
But it just so happens that Gru isn't turning out to be a very reliable investment. And in this case, he doesn't even actually have the shrink ray, which is the linchpin of the whole plan. And to top it all off, that Vector guy is the one who stole the pyramid!
But how? That'd be like some loser stealing the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota.
Yes, Alexander, what is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Ghoul, king of the internet trolls. What? The biggest ball of twine in Minnesota? What do you mean you already stole it? That was my master plan, you no-good trolling internet ghoul!
We then cut over to the 3 orphan girls who were selling cookies before, reporting into arguably the most evil lady we've ever seen in these movies.
You're never gonna get adopted, Edith. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
Good.
Apparently she's a cookie racketeer.
Look at my face! Do you still think it's a great sale day?
Adopt now! Keep little orphan girls away from scary, creepy, fat ladies like her! Adopt freaking now! Also, Julie Andrews is in this movie!
As yet another terrible, terrible person.
Yeah, she's Gru's mom here, and she's also one of those people who take pleasure in guilting their children.
I am about to do something that's very, very big, very important. When you hear about it, you're going to be very proud. Ha! Good luck with that.
See? Also, karate kick!
Right now, Gru needs to grab up the shrink ray in order to convince the bank to give him his loan. Where is the shrink ray?
Why, in this vaguely Asian-looking military base, of course. Hey, look! Bananas! Bananas!
Gru manages to break in and steal the shrink ray. Well, eventually.
I love the Minions. They bring back all the fun of Three Stooges style physical comedy. I could watch that all day.
But it's not long before Loser McPelvic Thrust takes the shrink ray from Gru. But he ain't gonna take that sitting down. Machine gun! Homing missiles! everything!
Rumble.
Wait, what's that?
Try this on for size.
Looks like Vector is using the shrink ray itself to take out Gru. Seems pretty effective.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Then we cut to the three sisters who are named Margot, Edith, and Agnes, in order from oldest to youngest. Reminding you to please adopt! They are being enslaved by that thing!
And that the mommy and daddy will be nice. And have a pet unicorn.
Oh gee, I wonder where the pyramid is.
Digging that cloud, though.
Gru manages to track down Vector's address disguised as Really, Gru? And now for a very important lesson to all of you would-be ninjas, cat burglars, and Santa Claus impersonators. Infiltration is hard.
That's it! I'm going after that twine ball myself! Frank, Jeff, stay here! I'm going in.
Still Clancy, boss.
Oh! Oh dear! Oh! 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 No, not the big one! Not the big one! Oh! Oh, that doesn't bend that boy. Oh. He's dead.
But it turns out that his defenses have one weakness.
A better future.
Wait, do you have coconutties?
Yeah.
Coconutties! That's the name of the cookie that... never mind. Cookies!
Light bulb.
See? He agrees with me. He knows what I'm talking about.
So Gru calls Dr. Nefario to tell him his new plan.
Mario, I'm going to need a dozen tiny robots disguised as cookies. Cookie robots.
Wait a minute! I've got it! Phone! Frank! Yes, get over here as quickly as possible!
Who is this?
It's Dr. Egbert! Who else would it be?
Mom?
Frank, will you just get over here and bring Clancy and that Jeff guy with you?
Who's Jeff?
I will murder you!
Remember when we kept imploring you to adopt before?
Well, there are exceptions to that.
Dr. Gru. And I see you have been given the Medal of Honor and knighthood. You had your own cooking show and you can hold your breath for 30 seconds.
She's not buying it. No, she's not buying it. No, she's not buying it. Just not.
Well, when actual reason and credibility don't work, speaking Spanish to her will.
You have a face como un burro.
Oh, well, thank you.
Donkey.
But Gru successfully wins over Scary Racketeer Lady and manages to adopt the three girls.
I bet the mom is beautiful. I bet the daddy's eyes sparkle. I bet their house is made of gummy bears.
Making it happen!
And then the girls come face to face with Gru, shattering all their hopes and dreams.
And he's a dentist.
Be a dentist. People will pay you to be inhumane.
So Gru takes the three of them home to carry out his nefarious plans. As it turns out, Gru doesn't know how kids work.
As you can see, I have provided everything a child might need.
Not at all.
I stopped using the paper when I was like 4, Sean.
What are y'all looking at me for?
We like making you feel awkward. It gives us power.
Meanwhile, Vector is an idiot.
Curse you, tiny toilet!
Find me any other movie with that line. I dare you.
Boogie bots.
Huh? Okay.
The girls come across a room filled with dead, endangered animals until they inevitably stumble upon Gru's secret lair.
I don't think he's a dentist.
After a little more minion torture, the girls find Gru and start touching his stuff.
Then a laser beam happens. Ha ha! One less unicorn in the world.
So Gru sends off 3 of his totally not corn minions to get another unicorn toy for Agnes. Why? Because she did this, apparently.
This obviously results in shenanigans.
So it's the girls' first bedtime in the house of Gru, and yeah, this guy should not have adopted.
So good night, sleep tight, and don't let the bed bugs bite. Because there are literally thousands of them. Oh, and there's probably something in your closet.
Probably not qualified.
Hi? How are you?
Turns out that the 3 minions actually got Agnes her new unicorn toy. That's a toilet brush.
It's probably clean. How about that cloud, though?
It turns out that the girls have a dance recital coming up soon.
Black point!
But Gru has a heist to pull, and he's going to use the girls to do it.
And how is he going to pull this off?
Coconutties! I mean cookie robots! Because that's so much more logical. They even have different hats on them. And lasers! Lasers!
Turns out that Gru had Dr. Nefario whip up some robots shaped like cookies, so that Vector would willingly bring them into his house. That criminal mastermind.
Hey, wanna buy some cookies?
That is a bear.
He's on to us! Floor it, Jeff! My name isn't Jeff!
Who's Jeff?
Gru uses these cookies to make an opening for him to slip in undetected so he can take the shrink ray and get out of there. But before we see that...
Hey gang, who wants to find out just how much a loser Vector really is?
Girls, welcome back to the fortress of Vectortude.
Do not compare yourself to Superman. Ever.
I'd like to see somebody else order that many cookies. Not likely.
And stop doing that. Please.
But who'd have guessed it? The cookie robots are stupid and seal Gru and crew inside with no means of escape. So he uses the power of shenanigans to win the day. That and a lot of nut shots.
Hold on. I want to address something.
Hang on, I think I know where this is going. Yeah, the nut shot and other forms of cheap physical humor is becoming very, very prevalent in kids' movies today, particularly the bad ones. Now, we're not saying that these jokes are bad in and of themselves, but they're not used to very good effect very often. This movie is kind of pushing it.
The point is, yeah, it's fine to reuse once or twice, but you don't need to do it all the time. Exactly.
Many bruised genitals later, Gru and the minions make it out with the shrink ray. But before he can take it back to his place, the girls spot a place called Super Silly Funland. How very creative.
And now for the scene that became a meme.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die!
Gru takes the girls there in hopes of dumping them off, never to have to think about them again. But that fails as they happen upon a shooting gallery run by this horrible creature. Agnes wants the large stuffed unicorn for a prize, and Gru begrudgingly buys them a couple of chances to shoot down the targets.
Turns out that this attraction is rigged, go figure. And the target didn't go down even though everyone clearly saw Agnes hit it fair and square. This doesn't please Gru at all.
Okay, my turn.
guy's my freaking hero now.
And now, the meme.
You don't flood me!
You're welcome.
Let's go destroy another game.
So probably after leveling half a city and having the best day ever, they come home to a not-so-happy Dr. Nefario.
Cotton candy.
Gru figures that it's time to get serious, and he calls up Dilbert's boss. It's Perkins, guys. Perkins. It's on IMDb. Stop rewriting my lines. He calls up Perkins to explain his master plan.
I fly to the moon. I shrink the moon. I grab the moon. I sit on the toilet.
Genius.
As you would expect, the kids ruin everything. Gru is embarrassed in front of Perkins, and the fat man refuses him the loan, leaving them with nothing. Now he just needs to tell his coins that they're pretty much washed up with no means of accomplishing their mission.
Now would probably be a good time to look for other employment options.
Then the girls offer him their little piggy bank. Then that guy offers him some money. Then that guy. And that guy. And that guy. And everybody chips in so that they can have a shot at victory!
We cannot get the yarn bar, so we cannot gather the funds necessary to bring my brilliant plan to completion.
What was the plan?
Don't try to console me! It's just... Wait a minute. My brilliant scientific mind has come up with a solution to our problem. We'll build our own ball of twine. It will take everything we can spare. But if we put our assets together, we'll be able to succeed. Are you with me? Clancy? Frank? Jeff?
All well and good, but this montage seems to demonstrate that Gru is getting a little unfocused.
But he makes some good pancakes.
Yeah, mine's shaped like a dead guy.
You will be my protege.
Meanwhile, back at the bank, we learn that Dilbert Perkins is actually the father of Vector.
Wow. The apple fell far from the tree on that one.
But what's worse is that Dilbert's boss seeping man turned his own twin brother into stone!
Pretty sure that's just a butt.
You're a bust!
Regardless, it turns out that Vector and his father were working together to steal Gru's idea to steal the moon. But they can't do it without the shrink ray, and Vector vows to get it back.
Who cares? Bedtime story!
It's about kittens.
Fast forward!
The end, okay. Good night.
So it turns out that the girls' dance recital is on the same day as the launch day for the moon heist. Who saw that coming? But Gru wants to reschedule the heist so that it doesn't. This displeases Dr. Nefario even further, to the point where he calls for this evil woman to come back and take the girls away.
I did it for your own good.
In all honesty, I believe him here. This clearly wasn't an easy thing for Dr. Nefario to do, but the heist was Gru's dream, and Nefario wants him to accomplish this, even if it means wounding his friend to get it done.
Bad guy morality. Go figure. Huh? The ship that was shrunk and grew back to normal? Who cares? But
everything is set for the heist, Gru is ready to take off, and there he goes.
But wait, Pelvic Thrust is back and is using a squid launcher to follow Gru to the moon. Never thought I'd say that in my lifetime. But then he falls off and dies. The end.
No.
Okay. He rams into an electrical tower, gets electrocuted, falls to the ground, and then dies!
He ain't dead.
Wait!
I'm wrapping up now. Gru manages to get to the moon and shrink it down. All kinds of stupid things happen on Earth as a result. He sees the ticket to the dance recital thing and thinks he has a chance to make it there on time, causing lots of property damage on his way back down, but he misses it completely, only to find a note left by Vector letting him know that he's kidnapped the girls. Gru gives him the moon in exchange for the girls, but the bad guy is evil and doesn't live up to his promise, so Gru goes medieval on his security system, chasing Vector high into the sky. These guys show up to give backup. The moon starts regrowing again, causing problems for Vector. A tense action scene happens, and the moon winds up back in the sky. Then Gru vows never to let go of his newly formed family again. Also dance party.
The end!
Final thoughts?
Well, I thought...
Wasn't asking you.
Oh, come on!
This movie is hilarious. But it's also more than just hilarious. Part of why it works is because of how self-aware this movie is. Gru's botched up use of pop slang isn't there to make him look cool, it's there as a joke. The minions are a great tool for breaking up the action with their goofy antics. One thing I was really glad to see is that even in a goofy film like this, they still managed to have genuinely heartfelt moments. You could really feel the bonds forming between Gru and the girls, and you could feel the heartbreak at his eventual betrayal. I wouldn't say this movie has that much deep substance to it like the Lego Movie did, but it's still great for a good time all the same.
I think the key to the success of this film is how many points it hits on the demographic wheel. You've got comedy suitable for all ages, you got extreme goofiness for kids, and you've got a story that circulates around a supervillain that goes by the tropes started by such famous franchises as James Bond and Marvel and DC comic books. In short, it's got a little something for everybody here. Family friendly, fun, and just plain awesome.
Okay, fine. You two can stay.
Yay!
But first, we're going to establish some ground rules. First of all, I want to...
Ha! My ball of twine is now larger than your ball of twine! We were competing?
Hey, Jeff.
Hey. Wait, what?
I am the kid movie ninja.
They bring back all the physical comedy the Three Stooges used to do without actually endangering real people. But the Three Stooges never did, so therefore why am I saying that? Okay. I'm trying!
This shout out is for Jordan Mathis for supporting me on Patreon. Thanks for your support and keep